Good afternoon. I'm Mayor Lamico of the village of Ilion. Welcome here this afternoon. We've had some issues over the last couple of days concerning water here in the village. Those of you who know the history know that that's nothing new. It's just that this one kind of took us really quick. It was a major water main break on the Behringer Road area of Ilion. Our crews were working almost 48 hours straight to repair it. That broken pipe has been replaced and repaired. Currently, they're working on another situation about a block away concerning a shutoff valve that we hope should be replaced here as we speak and be completed. As of 6 o'clock this morning, I declared a state of emergency here in the village of Ilion concerning the issues with our water. And since then, things have been rolling pretty quickly, to the point that we have the pleasure this afternoon of Governor Cuomo, and he would like to speak with you and address you at this time. Governor?
Thank you. Thank you
very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I would like to say it's my pleasure to be here. It's always a pleasure to be in Ilion, but this is an unfortunate circumstance. And I want to thank Mayor Lamico for all his great work, and we have Deputy Mayor Lester with us, and Ray Schoonmaker, who is a trustee, and we have the real boss who operates the entire operation, who is Nora Lamico, and she's here also. The cold weather makes everything worse. We have old water systems in upstate New York. That is nothing new. But the cold aggravates it. The ground heaves, the pipes are stressed. And this was a very bad water main break. It was a break in what they call a lateral pipe, but it discharged a lot of water. It depleted the water reserves. Congratulations, and I applaud the emergency workers here who did a phenomenal job in repairing it in a very short period of time under very difficult circumstances. We have sub-zero weather, as you know, all across the state. To work with water and pipes and digging in this weather is very, very difficult. And they did a great job getting it fixed as quickly as they did. They're working on another valve issue, and that will be fixed soon. However, there's then going to be a short-term problem because as the water system comes back up, you need several days for the system to refill, and then the system has to be tested for several days before you can really use the system for drinking water, et cetera. So during that period of time, people will need water. They could either boil the water in their home, or the state will be providing water here through the municipal building. We have 40,000 bottles of water now on the way. We have what they call water buffaloes, which are large trailers of potable water, which will bring in 500 gallons at a time. And we'll bring it in as needed because storage is a problem. But the water that's needed for the short duration until the system gets up and running, the state will be providing that through our emergency operations. Commissioner Rowan DeStito, who is the Commissioner of the Office of General Services, will be supervising that operation. But whatever the town needs to get up and running until the water system is operational, we will be here and we will make sure it's provided. So people should feel good about that. We then chatted a while about the longer-term problem, which is a functioning water system, which is 120 years old, and what is the future for the water system in Ilion. There are a few options there that have to be pursued. It gets complicated. Do you replace the existing system? Do you work with other systems? And there are a number of options, none bad, but complicated. And I also look forward to working through that with the town to see what help we can be. But the short-term situation, thanks to the good work of the town team, is under control. The state will be providing water for the residents who need it over the next few days. And then second step will be, what's a long-term water solution? Not just for Ilion, but this is a problem all across upstate New York. Not just water supply and decaying infrastructure, where we're going to make an historic investment, over $1.5 billion in new water infrastructure. I'm also concerned about the quality of the drinking water. And the more we learn about drinking water and groundwater, the more we learn that there are chemicals in groundwater left over from old manufacturing plants that, frankly, we have to get a better handle on. And we've had sporadic instances upstate where we found chemicals in water that, frankly, are not healthy. So we want to make sure we're providing the best quality water in the United States of America, here in New York State. And I look forward to working with the town on that. But again, I applaud them. It is cold outside, and they did great work in a very short period of time. I was all prepared to help dig, I want you to know, when I came. Unfortunately, by the time I got here, all the heavy work was done. So, but I was prepared. I had gloves, I was all ready. Okay, maybe not. But short term, the state will be there, and then long term, we'll be there to work on the problem. Any questions for myself?
Governor, I have to imagine, with this being a chronic ongoing issue, it's going to be costly no matter what to fix. So what concerns do we have there in terms of the village? I don't know if you see that as part of the state.
Well, from the state point of view, you're exactly right. It is expensive. As I mentioned, in this budget, we have $1.5 billion to replace pipes. And replacing pipes is not the most glamorous work, right? And it doesn't really improve the system. It's just when you have pipes that are 80, 90, 100, 120 years old, they have a useful life. And human nature is, until it breaks, leave it alone, right? Pipes are in the ground, they're under the road, so you don't see it, and there's no preventive maintenance on pipes. We don't dig them up and replace them until they're broken. And we have water main breaks all across upstate New York at an alarming rate. And that is expensive, and that's $1.5 billion from the state. It's expensive for local governments also. I want to look at replacing the water systems and improving them. We've had situations where we've had PFOA, for example, which is a chemical which has been found in drinking water and is not healthy. So I'm also focused on the filtration and the treatment side of our water systems. Because the more we learn there are dangerous chemicals in our drinking water that may have gone undetected for long periods of time. I've done a lot of work with the federal EPA, which is supposed to list all the dangerous chemicals that we test for in water, drinking water. The list grows. The list is very vague. We went through this on PFOA. What percent of PFOA is acceptable in drinking water to be safe? And I can tell you the information and knowledge shifts with an alarming variance. So I want to make sure not only that we're replacing the pipes, we're replacing the water system, we're doing it in the most cost-effective way, but we're also doing it in the safest way. The illnesses we see developing, illnesses in young people, I want to make sure the water we're drinking is, as I said, the cleanest and the purest, and it is tested, and we know that it's safe for all New Yorkers to drink.
And what, aeration system? And the aeration system you're talking, no, it won't affect that at all. Not at all. And my thing is, though, Governor, we don't need 1.5 billion. We only need 32 million. Okay. In moving forward with this project, I'm looking forward to working with the state as far as getting this cleaned up, literally, and getting the clean and drinking water, safe drinking water for the village of Ilion. Whatever we need to do, we've got to do it. I have a quote from an old president that said, "The buck stops here." And I threatened to buy that sign and put it on my desk. And thus far, I think I've showed a lot of people that I mean what I say, and I mean what I say when I tell everybody now, the buck stops here. We're going to get this issue under control and get it taken care of. Okay?
And I believe the mayor will. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. You did good.
Good to see you.
Very good, yeah.
Good to see you.
Very impressive.
Thank you, Ron. Pleasure.